Hey friends, it's Pastor Sarah here for our 2 Minute Tuesday. It is November 18th. It's a dreary day here in central Indiana, but I hope that you are doing well. This Sunday, we looked at a passage in worship from Isaiah 65, this vision of God creating a new heaven and a new earth where there's no more sorrow or suffering, where everyone has enough. And it all begins with God recreating God's people as a joy and a source of gladness. And in our young adult book study last night, we were reading the book Braving the Wilderness by Brene Brown. And we spent a lot of time talking about collective joy and how important joy is, especially through hard times. I don't know about you, but for me, it feels like we are living through some really hard times. Things have been more apparent than ever. I think that all is not well with our world and with our society. We saw how easily folks lost their SNAP benefits and weren't able to get food for their families. We live in this system where people can't afford their basic everyday needs. And that reality is with us. And so talking about joy in times like these seems a little frivolous, and yet I do believe that it's absolutely critical and so important. Joy is the fuel that keeps us going. Joy is a small act of rebellion against the despair of the world and our lives. Joy is an important spiritual practice that helps keep us faithful and nurtures us and sustains us when it feels like we can't go on. So I want you to consider this week the spiritual practice of joy. Let us know in the comments what's one thing that you do to experience more joy, and what's one thing that you can do this week to bring joy to others. It might relate to your stewardship bingo practice if you're participating in that at Zion. But let us know, what do you do to find joy? And what can you do so that others might experience more joy? And I want to share with you this proverb. Proverbs has those sections that have these nuggets of wisdom in them. And in Proverbs 17:22, there's one about joy. And it says this: a joyful heart helps healing, but a broken spirit dries up the bones. A joyful heart helps healing, but a broken spirit dries up the bones. In the hardest times in my life, I have needed joy. I've needed to experience joy in order to find healing and find ways to move forward. And I hope that this week, whatever you're facing, you get to experience joy and you get to bring joy to others also. I hope you can join us for worship this Sunday. We have a special Thanksgiving worship service as we lift up our gratitude to God for the many blessings of our lives and for the community of faith that we've been called to. We've got lots of special music. I think it'll be a wonderful, joyful service. And then you're also invited to join us after worship. We have our Thanksgiving party and pie celebration. You're invited to bring in a pie to share, and we'll have Olive Garden soup and breadsticks. I'm really excited. I found a strawberry rhubarb pie at Aldi, so I can't wait to try that. But I hope you'll join us if you're looking for a community of support and care. That's what we got here at Zion. Worship is at 10 a.m. in person and online every Sunday, and we'll be back next Tuesday for another 2 Minute Tuesday.